Human bodies do not always follow the rules we expect, and neither do the lives shaped by them. In this episode of Epic Human Stories, we meet rare people whose unusual abilities and medical conditions reveal courage most of us rarely see. Some became athletes, artists, advocates, or sources of hope. Others simply refused to disappear when the world stared. These stories are not about spectacle. They are about dignity, human resilience, and the unexpected ways difference can become strength. Stay with us because every life raises one haunting question. When your body changes the path, who do you become? We begin in Nepal with school bus driver Yagya Bahadur Katuwal and the remarkable trait he turned into joy. Number 22. Yagya Bahadur Katuwal. Could a bus driver become known around the world because of one remarkable physical ability? For Yagya Bahadur Katuwal of Nepal, the answer was yes. Yagya can lift his lower lip over his nose and stretch it as far as his forehead. The feat is possible because of his unusual facial structure and exceptional jaw flexibility. Rather than hide the feature or feel embarrassed by it, Yagya has chosen to embrace it openly, treating it as a distinctive part of who he is and carrying it with confidence. Each day, Yagya works as a school bus driver where his warm humor makes him a favorite with the children. During their rides, he often demonstrates his unusual ability, turning an ordinary trip into a moment of laughter. Then a friend happened to record his playful personality on camera. The clip spread rapidly across social media, bringing Yagya worldwide attention. His story became a powerful example of self-acceptance, showing how openly embracing what makes us different can challenge assumptions and share joy with millions of people. Number 21. Kelly Lynch. In San Francisco, Kelly Lynch takes the stage as a stand-up comedian, drawing material from physical challenges few people encounter. She was born after an incompletely developed twin pregnancy with 2 spines, 1 eye, and an additional partial limb behind her head. The condition caused severe scoliosis and left her dependent on continuous respiratory support. Early on, doctors predicted she would not live beyond her first year. Kelly outlived that prognosis and went on to pursue her love of the arts with confidence. Through comedy, she brings attention to physical difference without reducing anyone to a diagnosis. Her humor offers audiences a clear message. A person's body does not determine their capacity to love life, create, or keep reaching for more. Number 20. Mama Cax. Can severe physical hardship become the starting point for changing fashion's rigid expectations? Mama Cax's life offers a compelling answer. The American Haitian model and human rights activist would go on to challenge standards across the global fashion industry. But her story began much earlier. At 14, she faced a serious medical condition that caused abnormal development in her bones and lungs, reshaping the course of her life. Doctors' earliest predictions offered little hope. Still, Mama Cax survived, driven by a powerful determination to live. Saving her life required complicated medical procedures that permanently altered her body and left her using a prosthetic leg for mobility. The change might have closed off the future she imagined. Instead, it became part of how she expressed her strength. Mama Cax decorated her prosthetic with bold artistic designs and refused to conceal it, later stepping onto the runways of some of the world's most prestigious fashion shows with confidence. Mama Cax emerged as a trailblazer, questioning long-held ideas about beauty, while broadening the conversation around diversity and self-acceptance. She used her platform to call for inclusion and encourage people living with unique physical conditions. Her life ended in 2019, but her influence continues. Her legacy stands as a testament to resilience and the power of human determination to confront barriers and shape an extraordinary life. Number 19. Malee Duangdee. Malee Duangdee's remarkable height concealed a serious medical struggle that began when she was still young. The Thai girl would eventually be recognized as Asia's tallest female, reaching more than 2 meters. But her continued growth was not simply a physical distinction. Specialists found an abnormal growth in her pituitary gland, linked to a rare and complex hormonal disorder. Her body kept growing beyond her control, placing increasing pressure on her health. Over time, the condition brought severe complications, including problems with her vision, turning her extraordinary stature into a daily fight for survival. Growing up, Malee often had to endure curious looks that made childhood harder than it should have been. The pressure could have discouraged a girl with big ambitions. Instead, her determination and her family's love helped her move beyond the limits others placed around her. She chose not to disappear from view. Malee met the world, openly accepted what made her different, and shared a positive spirit with those around her. Her life ended at 24 because of ongoing health challenges. Yet the legacy she left behind still reflects something deeply human. Even through adversity, the desire to live fully can continue to shine. Number 18. Samara Rose. What if an ordinary day exposed a hidden battle with temperature itself for Samara Rose? In Graphia, a girl from Michigan in the United States, that struggle became part of daily life. At 9 years old, she was diagnosed with two conditions, erythromelalgia and Raynaud's disease. Together, these extremely rare medical challenges placed her body in a constant silent fight to cope with the limits of heat and cold, shaping a life defined by resilience. In cold temperatures, Raynaud's disease makes the blood vessels constrict, too tightly limiting circulation and causing numbness. But under normal room temperatures, erythromelalgia can trigger the opposite response, excessive compensatory vasodilation, pushing large volumes of blood toward the nerve endings. Living with both conditions creates a complicated physiological conflict. The nervous and vascular systems repeatedly send opposing signals, producing severe burning pain and intense discomfort across the skin's surface, sensations that can feel like exposure to extreme heat. To keep her body stable, Samara must remain in a carefully regulated environment, held at exactly 17 degrees Celsius. Even a minor temperature change can set off a serious physical reaction. Because of this medical limitation, she could no longer attend a traditional school and began homeschooling instead. Meanwhile, her family endured a lengthy, exhausting search for answers and treatment, consulting more than 100 medical specialists along the way. Even as Samara continued to endure severe physical challenges, she and her family refused to stop searching for help, including advanced options such as stem cell therapy. Their sustained effort reflects remarkable endurance and a determination to keep moving forward even when daily life remains shaped by difficult and uncertain circumstances. Number 17. Liu Zhihe. Liu Zhihe, a humble farmer from Shandong Province, China, has moved many people's hearts through his quiet yet deeply noble sacrifice. For more than 10 years, he lived with a massive, abnormally growing lipoma on his neck. Although the tumor gradually enlarged and increasingly interfered with his daily life, Liu Zhihe still chose to delay medical treatment. Instead of using his limited income for surgery, he endured the discomfort and hardship in order to save every possible amount of money for his family. His life journey not only reflects resilience in the face of physical suffering, but also stands as a powerful testament to unconditional love and extraordinary devotion to one's family. Number 16. Anjara. Can medical care truly alter the course of someone's life? For Anjara, a resilient 10-month-old girl in Madagascar, that question became deeply personal. She was born with a congenital condition called a bilateral cleft lip, which made essential parts of everyday life far more difficult. Her family also carried serious fears about what the condition could mean for her future. Then, in 2024, a hopeful new chapter opened when Mercy Ships, an international medical organization, arrived at a port in her home country. Anjara became the first patient to board the hospital ship. There, she received highly specialized reconstructive surgery at no cost to her family. The medical team fully corrected her congenital condition, giving the 10-month-old a restored smile. But the impact reached beyond the operation itself, for her family fears and emotional burdens that had followed them for months began to lift. The procedure opened a hopeful path for Anjara's future and strengthened their faith in the compassion and possibilities of modern medicine. Number 15. Beatrice Makokha. For more than 20 years, Beatrice Makokha lived with a large facial tumor that made breathing extremely difficult. The Kenyan woman needed treatment, but the cost placed surgery beyond her reach. Even through those years of illness and hardship, Beatrice held on to hope. Then in 2021, media coverage brought her story to a wider audience. Donors and well-wishers responded with the support she had long needed. Their help made it possible for a medical team to perform the operation successfully. The surgery removed the heavy physical burden she had carried for decades. It also opened the door to better health and greater independence. Beatrice's story shows what can happen when a person's will to live meets the compassion and generosity of others. Number 14. Bajeneza Liberata's baby. Born with a rare condition, the baby had facial features that looked unusually shaped. In his community, many people responded with cruelty. Some refused to recognize him as fully human and used insulting, hurtful words. His father saw him for the first time, was overwhelmed by the shock, and walked away. But his mother remained beside her son. With extraordinary patience and strength, she shut out the abuse around them and kept fighting for one thing that mattered most, giving her child the chance to be happy. Most people who came near the baby would leave unable to cope with his constant crying. His mother felt devastated and powerless as she faced the reality of her child's condition. Still, her resilience did not break. After the story was shared on AfroAx, many people were moved to tears. Compassionate donors gave whatever they could, making it possible for the baby to travel to India for specialized medical treatment and surgery. The road ahead remains difficult, but there is hope that with time he will recover and gain a better quality of life. Number 13. Theresa Sweetpeach. On social media, Theresa Sweetpeach has become known for her confidence and openness about living with lymphedema. The chronic condition causes fluid to build up in body tissues, creating major swelling in the limbs. Theresa refused to let that condition cut her off from others. By speaking openly and meeting it head-on, she turned a deeply personal physical reality into a clear statement about resilience, self-acceptance, and learning to love herself as she is. By documenting her treatment and the body care routine she follows each day, Theresa has created a supportive space for others facing similar circumstances. There, people can find reassurance and the encouragement to move beyond insecurity. Her story centers on the courage to live openly and honestly as yourself. It also asks viewers to respect human differences and respond with empathy to struggles they may not fully understand. And in Theresa's bright smile, one message remains clear. She believes a positive outlook can be the strongest medicine when adversity enters your life. Number 12. Natalya. Natalya lives with multicentric osteolysis syndrome, a mysterious condition that gradually weakens and dissolves her once solid bones. Each movement can become an exhausting calculation, but the condition does not define who she is. As her body changes, Natalya continues to claim her identity, her choices, and her place in the world. Her story reflects a remarkable determination to keep living and the deep strength a person can carry within. Share your thoughts in the comments and like and subscribe to support more stories like hers. Number 11. Fei Jianjun. Fei Jianjun from Jilin, China endured a long medical ordeal shaped by both illness and isolation. After abnormal tissue began growing on his nose, severe financial hardship left him unable to seek treatment. He withdrew from public life and lived apart from society. Then in 2010, community organizations stepped in and arranged full medical support. Through reconstructive surgery provided entirely free of charge, specialists successfully removed the health risks. The operation marked more than a medical success. It reflected the impact of social compassion, helping Fei move beyond psychological barriers and return to society with renewed confidence. Number 10. Jose Wesley. Jose Wesley has become the face of destiny in Brazil's Zika crisis. His life offers global medicine a living case study of how the virus can devastate the human motor system. International media have followed more than his painful battle with contracting muscles and joints. They have also documented a story of resilience, one that urges the world to recognize the often silent danger posed by biological threats. Number 9. Eng Kheng. In the quiet countryside of Kampong Cham, Cambodia, Eng Kheng spent more than 3 decades hiding his smile. A rare medical condition caused his jawbone and gums to grow excessively, while a tumor continued to enlarge over time. The consequences reshaped his daily life. He could no longer chew or swallow in the usual way and survived entirely on liquid food. As strangers stared, Eng gradually pulled away from society, carrying this private ordeal for more than 30 years. For years, there seemed to be no path out of Eng Kheng's suffering. Then Australian doctor Andrew Chang learned of his case by chance. That connection opened the way for Eng to travel to South Australia for a major historic operation. There, a highly skilled medical team removed the tumor, completely ending the condition's long hold on his life. The surgery changed more than his appearance. It brought back the smile he had hidden for 3 decades and gave him renewed confidence in human compassion, along with a powerful determination to keep living with hope and dignity. Number 8. Prabhulal Prasannan. In a society focused on outward appearance, a young man from Kerala, India, offers an inspiring example of human resilience. Prabhulal Prasannan was born with a unique distribution of pigment cells, causing a large dark mark across his face and body. As a child, this rare physical characteristic made interacting with others highly challenging. While mental pressure threatened to stall his goals, his family provided a firm foundation. With their steady support, Prabhulal overcame those early boundaries completely. He moved into the public eye with confidence, becoming a deeply inspiring figure across social media platforms. Relying on his artistic talents and positive outlook, he worked closely with community programs that championed the acceptance of personal differences. Though medical challenges cut his journey short at the age of 25, Prabhulal's lasting influence continues to grow. His experiences prove that genuine self-love holds the power to shape a deeply meaningful and bright life. Number 7. Eddie John Browne. Born in the Ivory Coast, Eddie John Browne possesses an exceptionally flexible skeletal structure. This rare physical difference allows him to execute extreme contortions that have captured international attention. As an official Guinness World Record holder, Browne has reshaped a unique medical trait into a fluid art form, moving his body with a seamless ease that resembles liquid motion. Number 6. Tatyana McFadden. Tatyana McFadden ranks among the world's premier athletes, carrying a profound history of overcoming severe adversity. She was born in Russia in 1989 with spina bifida, a condition leaving her unable to move her lower body. Tatyana spent her early childhood inside a Russian orphanage under very difficult conditions. Operating without a wheelchair, she was forced to move using only her hands. This raw act of survival unintentionally built her extraordinary upper body strength. A major shift occurred at age 6 when an American woman named Deborah McFadden adopted the young girl and brought her to the United States. To boost her physical health and help her integrate into society, her new family encouraged her to explore different sports. She tried swimming, gymnastics, basketball, and skiing. Ultimately, wheelchair racing became the specific sport that unlocked her genuine passion and innate talent. Through deeply intense training, Tatyana quickly ascended to global prominence, capturing dozens of Paralympic medals and winning major titles at premier marathons in Boston, Chicago, New York, and London. Her life journey reflects far more than exceptional athletic capability. It stands as a powerful story about love, human resilience, and the capacity to channel physical challenges into the exact motivation required to reach the absolute highest levels of competitive success. Number 5. Elisabeth Anderson-Sierra. In Oregon, USA, a mother named Elisabeth Anderson-Sierra is living a remarkable story of quiet, daily dedication. Her life shifted when doctors diagnosed her with hyperlactation syndrome. This rare medical condition causes her body to produce breast milk at volumes drastically higher than average, a biological reality that has defined her unique path forward. Rather than viewing her diagnosis as an obstacle or a personal inconvenience, Elisabeth Anderson-Sierra turned her physical reality into a meaningful mission to bring hope to others. Every day demands a major commitment requiring 8 to 10 hours, essentially a full working day. She spends this time systematically pumping, packaging, sterilizing, and preserving the milk. Even though the schedule causes deep physical fatigue and sacrifices her personal rest, her love for children gives her the strength to stay dedicated to this effort for many years. Beyond feeding her own children, Elisabeth Anderson-Sierra decided to give her extra milk to medical milk banks and families in need. This massive effort earned her a Guinness World Record for the largest breast milk donation in history, totaling thousands of liters. Her gift became a critical lifeline. It directly nourished and protected thousands of premature and low-weight infants. At the same time, it offered vital support to mothers who were unable to produce enough milk for their own babies. This ongoing path of deep devotion by Elisabeth Anderson-Sierra redefines the true limits of human generosity while showcasing the profound impact of a mother's care. Her journey shares a vital perspective with the world. It shows how physical variations can become an unexpected advantage, providing the practical means to protect and support fragile, vulnerable newborns who need assistance the most. Number 4. Isabelle Weall. Based in England, a young girl named Isabelle Weall shares a deeply inspiring story about human resilience and an extraordinary ability to adapt to life-changing events. At just 7 years old, she was suddenly struck by bacterial meningitis. The severe infection quickly caused critical organ failure, putting her life in grave danger. In order to save her life, medical experts performed emergency surgery, a necessary intervention that resulted in Isabelle losing parts of all 4 limbs. Navigating such an intense physical change as a young child could easily stall anyone's early dreams. Yet Isabelle met this massive challenge with deep resilience and determination. By utilizing prosthetic devices and committing to steady rehabilitation sessions, she successfully reclaimed her mobility. But learning to walk again was just the beginning. She soon discovered a genuine passion for trampoline gymnastics. Through continuous hard work, Isabelle secured a major victory at a national youth sports championship, proving she could find a way past the immense obstacles in her path. Outside of gymnastics, Isabelle has built a thriving presence as a digital content creator. On her platform, she confidently showcases her love for cosmetics. She also demonstrates how she operates a specially modified vehicle, all while sharing uplifting insights with her audience. Her experiences reflect deep resolve. They serve as a clear reminder that physical differences do not dictate a person's capability to grow or limit their capacity to pursue a truly fulfilling life. What aspect of Isabelle's journey resonates the most with you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe to this channel so we can continue highlighting more incredible human stories. Number 3. Bradford Cox. Does a congenital medical condition, one that causes distinct physical differences and severe social isolation, completely stifle an artist's creative drive? To truly find out, we can examine the life story of Bradford Cox, the visionary singer-songwriter and frontman of the acclaimed indie rock band Deer Hunter. Born in Georgia, USA in 1982, his childhood was marked early on by a diagnosis of Marfan syndrome, a genetic condition that impacts connective tissue. The genetic condition caused his frame to grow remarkably tall and slender, bringing persistent physical hardships while drawing the constant curious stares of his peers. This scrutiny naturally bred a deep sense of self-consciousness. But as he grew older, Bradford completely rejected that tragic narrative. Instead of withdrawing into a quiet life of isolation, he channeled his keen intellect and deep artistic nature into a lifelong sanctuary, the world of music. His guitar chords and unconventional melodies offered a vital escape from real bodily restrictions, letting him voice his most hidden feelings. Fronting his main band Deer Hunter alongside his solo project, Atlas Sound, Bradford reshaped his suffering physical differences and internal battles into revered art, earning global recognition with landmark albums such as Microcastle and Halcyon Digest. By bringing raw honesty and a commanding presence to the stage, he transformed his physical differences into a singular, inimitable trademark. Bradford Cox ultimately rejected any arbitrary limits on his life. He proved that medical challenges do not have to crush a person's independent spirit. Instead, when met with focus and deep creative drive, those exact personal boundaries can build an enduring musical identity. It is a legacy that continues to connect deeply with a global audience of dedicated listeners. Number 2. Fudia. Growing up in Sierra Leone, 10-year-old Fudia dealt with a reality defined by physical discomfort and the uncomfortable weight of public attention. She was born with congenital Blount's disease, a development issue that caused her leg bones to bend severely inward. As a result, her feet turned sharply toward each other, making every step a challenge. She even faced the distressing possibility of losing her ability to walk altogether. It seemed her world would always be restricted by physical pain and social anxiety, until a profound act of compassion stepped in to alter her trajectory. A turning point came when an international medical organization arrived in her country, offering a pathway to specialized treatment. Teams of surgeons performed an intricate corrective operation, successfully realigning the structure of her leg bones. This procedure completely straightened her limbs, adding 14 centimeters to her height and lifting the heavy mental burden she had carried for years. Today, Fudia moves through life with a newfound sense of confidence, focused on a clear goal for her future, studying to become a healthcare professional. Number 1. Bebe Vio. Growing up in Italy, Beatrice Bebe Vio discovered a deep passion for fencing during her early childhood. Today, she is celebrated as one of the world's most famous para-athletes, defined by an unwavering determination that turns the impossible into reality. However, her path took a sharp turn at age 11 when she contracted severe meningitis. To save her life, doctors had to perform immediate critical surgery. The procedure resulted in the amputation of both her forearms and both legs below the knee. For a young fencer, losing her limbs might easily feel like the end of every competitive dream. Yet for Bebe Vio, this period marked the launch of a completely fresh, unexpected chapter. Just 12 months after wrapping up her intensive medical care, she returned to training. Utilizing specialized prosthetics, she relearned how to walk and manage her daily life independently. Crucially, she also mastered holding a fencing sword with her artificial arms to continue pursuing her lifetime passion. This made her a truly unique wheelchair fencer who competes without active movement of her natural limbs, controlling her body through exceptional skill and willpower. That dedication led to incredible athletic success. She captured the gold medal at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games, then successfully defended her title at Tokyo 2020. On the piste, Bebe stands out for her radiant smile and fierce competitive drive, earning global admiration. Outside of fencing, she works as a motivational speaker and model, serving as a global symbol of confidence for young people. Ultimately, Bebe Vio's journey redefines what it truly means to be whole. She shows us that a person's worth is not defined by what is lost, but by how they use what remains to forge a new purpose. Even when confronting the toughest challenges, Bebe frequently notes, "Life is beautiful." She proves that hardship is not an insurmountable barrier, but a chance to build deep resilience and uncover the hidden strength of the human spirit. Her journey serves as a reminder that real defeat only arrives when we choose to surrender. Witnessing an athlete with limb differences stand at the pinnacle of athletic success pushes us to value our own lives. It inspires everyone to chase their goals past any physical barriers or societal biases. Beatrice Vio is far more than a sports icon. She remains a champion in everyday life, sharing her optimism with millions and encouraging them to live with deep purpose. These stories are not powerful because the people look or live differently. They matter because each person fights to define life on their own terms. From turning an unusual trait into laughter to rebuilding a future through medicine, sport, art, and compassion, their journeys reveal the astonishing force of human resilience. The real lesson is simple, but unforgettable dignity is never measured by the body, and courage begins when someone chooses to keep moving, creating, helping, and hoping against impossible odds. Perhaps the most extraordinary thing in these stories is not how different these lives appear, but how each person chooses to keep living them. Which journey stayed with you, and did it change the way you see others? Share your thoughts below. And if this episode moved you leave a like and subscribe to support epic human stories. Catch up on any videos you missed and stay close for the remarkable stories still ahead. Until next time, take care, stay curious, and have a beautiful day.